Hey, what's up guys, it's me here, and today I'm going to be teaching you how to factor polynomials with more than 3 terms, okay? And I'll be teaching you how to do that today. Alright, so consider the normal polynomial that only has 3 terms, which is a plus 5a plus 4. And your a value would be a, your b value would be 5a, and your c value would be 4. I just use the variable a as an example. Now, what you would do is, since a is 1, you don't have to worry about it. You would just plug your c value, which is 4, into the top of my x that I have here, 4, and then you put your b value, which is 5, at the bottom. You don't need to use the variable part of it. And then you find what multiplies to your c value, which would be 4, but adds to your b value, which is 5. So, in this case, our factors are 4 and 1, because 4 times 1 is 4, and 4 plus 1 is 5. Now, I'm going to be showing you what happens when a is not 1 and when there's more than 3 terms. It's a completely different process. Alright, so the example I'm going to be using today is 4x cubed plus 4x squared plus 8x plus 8. Now, the first step when you have 4 terms is to find 2 terms that have something in common and write it on the outside. Alright, so 4x cubed and 4x squared both have 4x squared in common. And then what you do is you go backward in the distribution process, okay? So 4x squared times x is 4x cubed, and then 4x squared times 1 is 4x squared. And then for 8x and 8, you have 8 as you both have in common, and then same thing as x plus 1. Now you have to make sure that what you have inside the parentheses is always the same, because if it isn't the same, then you did something wrong. Alright, so now that we have x plus 1 twice in our parentheses and they're the same thing, we can move on to the next step, which is to write it once, basically. And so that doesn't mean add or multiply them. That means we have to just write it once. Alright, so we write x plus 1 once, alright? And then we take our outside terms, which were 4x squared plus 8, and we write that as an equation in the parentheses. So now we have 4x squared plus 8 plus x plus 1. So now we have 4x squared plus 8 and x plus 1, because you take the equation that was in the parentheses and you combine it. You don't add or multiply, you just write it once. And then you take the outside terms and you add them. And so now we have 4x squared plus 8 plus x plus 1. Now this can also be written as x squared plus 2 plus x plus 1, because these easily divide by 4. But those 2 terms won't always easily divide by one number, so if they don't, then what you would do is you would make an x like we did before and pretend that there's no b there. And since a is 1, you would multiply a times c, which is 4 times 8, which is 32, and there's no b value, so it would be 0. And there's no factors for that because we know that this was our answer. But sometimes you might have to do the x problem. Alright guys, thank you for watching my little tutorial on how to factor polynomials with more than 3 terms. And these are the math practice standards used in this in factoring polynomials, basically. Alright, the end. See you next time.